Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be playing Katawa Shoujo, I think it is, or Shoujo, I have no idea how it's pronounced, because I never asked anyone. And I heard this game from a couple friends, and yeah, it looks pretty good, so I wanted to give it a look. And the concept's really sad and interesting. If you don't know what it's about, well, then let's start and you'll see. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wind chimes. This is a beautiful retreat for couples in the summer. The dead canopy far out of the sight of teachers or fellow students. Now in the late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe in numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as the cliches goes, I'm more of a fan of letter in the lager, but at least this way shows a bit more initiative. As I pondered this meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens, the snowflakes slightly falling from the white painted sky, are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time was slowed to crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood someone's approaching me from behind. Hisao, you came? A hesitating, barely audible voice. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to 100 times, but I'm never as moved more than the eardrop to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of dreams, and my heart begins to race. Iwanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result? Pathetic. Ah yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. I shot a joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Damn, the artwork's nice, I'm not gonna lie. Also the background. Oh. My heart's pounding now as if trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. Here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches, the cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she's right herself, as is sported by her new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my heart pounding. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they're being stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but the only sense spikes of binding pain along my arm. Hisao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot up open in terror. So, the beating of my chest suddenly stops, and I go to weak at my knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull wind, sky, Iwanako runs towards me, all these fade to black. Last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, the incessant clatter of the branches above. Wow, that's depressing. Well, what a good visual novel, guys. I think I'm gonna leave it off here today. We finished the full visual novel in like a good 5 minutes. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. It was great visuals, great writing, great story, if I may add myself. But yeah, anyway, let's continue. That was really cringy. Anonymous22. I also heard the soundtrack's really good, and the soundtrack is pretty good because like the music on the main menu was freaking good, and I liked it. So I was like, okay, sounds promising, looks promising, everything's promising about this game, and I hear a shit ton about it recently from the Doki Doki community at that. So, yeah. Also, this is a 18 plus game, so I am all the 18 adult scenes is cut out, the adult content, I guess you could say. But yeah, anyway, that looked pretty nice. I heard the first act is like 2 hours, so yeah, it's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I could barely count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. Our strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it's supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were a bit harder by the news than I was. They apparently had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Yeah, okay. I had already a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for the cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt like if I was missed. For about a week, my room was in a ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all of the get well gifts began to trickle down. Nothing shortly after. I realized the only reason I got so many cards of flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors, but at the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Yamanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject up between us the snowy day ever again. The hospital is really not a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked a head cardiologist every time I saw him for the rough estimate of when I would be able to leave. He never asked anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I ideally observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly changed its appearance over time. Thinking of it was kind of an omen. I still had cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore where I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There's a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working through my way one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I even think I'm a bit addicted. I start feeling naked without the book in my hands, but I love the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only in the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like the time blurred into kind of a goofy mass. I trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I pause in the realization that I didn't know what day it was this week. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of the book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness of my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems to say, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've seen them. Both of them are sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's a ritual head cardiologist here. He takes his time sorting his papers and then selling his sizes to the point of pointless of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I mean, there you go. You can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We all have the medication. We have all the medication stored. I'll give you father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications start back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. All they blend together is a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, I think. Dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. It's something to only make me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd feel better if we hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it to me that he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I supposed to be homeschooled? Whatever if my concern shows is ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that's wish for you to be without supervision, at least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What am I? It was a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from your highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree in independence while keeping help nearby. Independence is a school for disabled children. I don't try to disguise the fact. If I was really that free, they wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff. You wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that only if you want, but your mother and I are really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I don't have a choice. Compared to our other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited to have a chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same, a special school, that's an insult. This is what I have to say. To step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. And many of the graduates of the school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate something so important was aside for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I've always had thought of my life actually being kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame the lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I can easily yell out something now, about how I could go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The doctors now, my condition, everything. My condition, everything. I don't see anything that wouldn't make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this, but going to disabled school, what are these even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on it, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate is nothing bad. Isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think about to get me through this. At least have something, even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Oh, is this like the intro? Act 1 Life Expectancy. That's why the logo is a damaged heart. Oh, I thought it was like a little romance, I was like, oh, it's romance. Nope, the main character literally has heart problems. Wow, way to be blunt with the logo, but still, it's a nice logo. Not gonna lie. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, the gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black raw iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if I look like what gate for school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck in thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of the Yamaka Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone. As my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Wow, this is actually great art, and it looks realistic a little bit, like from afar. It doesn't feel like that kind of ground school would have. More like a park with the clean walkway going past trees and smell of fresh cut grass and all the other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind, and it makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded. It's your new life, and you have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many just for a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told that this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real caused by expectation for the school for the disabled. Oh, by the way, if the gameplay looks a little scuffed, it's because I had to fit the screen. So sorry about that. But if you want to see artwork of this game, if you're like interested in that, look up online or maybe even play the game yourself. It's actually a good game. And there's different routes. I know this. There's different routes. So I don't know which one I'm taking yet, because there's like each route for each girl. 5 girls, by the way. And each girl has a good and bad ending, I believe. So about 10 different routes. And the first act decides it, which is 2 hours long. So I'm probably going to not finish the first act here, sadly. But I'll finish it in the next one, hopefully. I'll probably do this one, like half of it now and half of it next time. And see what happens. But yeah, anyway, let's continue. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible. Instead of having this feeling that I stepped to the dimension. The trees humming within the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again, how they say the operating rooms are painted green because green's a common color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the hardy building, I surprise myself by realizing the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there's absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and without this reason set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with a bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Nikki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom science teacher. My name is Mutao. Welcome. We exchange a handshake, and there's neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check and a visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me, I don't really like the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking this, I almost remember one of the teachers saying, Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart's pounding in my chest. It keeps me thinking about conditions as I follow my teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third corridor is marked as classroom for class 3-3. Mutao opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second. The door is freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step. I know that, but there is a point to worrying about how much about it. At least not this soon. Oh, we have a whole class full of disabled people. Oh my god, I feel so weird saying that. That sounds so weird. Okay, I'm just like getting the feel of the students now. I know who the girls are, and I can tell you there's at least one girl in here that's part of the main cast. I don't know if you have to like care for everyone in this room, but like you have to care for at least one of them. I'm not gonna say who, because I already saw pictures. But yeah, anyway, I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I don't have to meet the curious gazes of the new classmates. It's very spacious. The ceiling's unusually high, and there's a lot of space left over around in between the desk. The entire space taking up blackboards and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are standard wooden desks with shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames and simply efficient. I stopped walking in front of the classroom and faced the other students. They all look normal like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? There's probably like me, they have something wrong with them. It's not only immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seems to be missing a thumb on her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the only natural tendency to listen when talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to class. I display a flash of dark hair and see that someone's looking at me, a girl with really long straight hair that's pretty eye-catching. As she sees me back at her, she covers her face with hands as she makes her invisible. This one boy in the cane leaning against the lockers. Oh, they're talking about the other side. Why are they showing this? It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand emotions. Sign language. She peers at me over the rim of her glasses. Goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute, so she's this cheery-looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her in the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. I cringe a little. Oh, that's but hide it by bowing and thanks and applause I did not deserve. Collective silence tells me I should open my mouth now. Oh my god, that sounds so. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm he's not guy, and after that, okay. My hobbies are reading, soccer, and I hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm so boring. This actually like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. End up saying nothing, and teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied with even what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other. Towards the last of me, it's gotten even worse. As a teacher, he drones about getting while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently. When he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels a weird thing to do. The first girl in the room claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist around, and then that's so weird. It makes me feel a little bad. Yeah, that's like it's like. Just like, stop clapping, it hurts, you know? We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll just give a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. Anyone will be able to do that better, right? How could I know? Teachers pass out the day assignments and announces that we'll be working groups of 3. It has to be that I don't know who Hamachi is slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Alright, Hakamichi is there. Shinzu Hakamichi. She calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and gold eyes waving her hand. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hi, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? Nice to meet you. Ha ha ha! Well, I'm caught off guard by laughter. It's nice to meet you too. But I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Shichan. What? So why did you... What? Oh, she's shy. That's why. Okay. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, and the only one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she's staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly, showed that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully needed brushed hair, a pair of oval trimmed glasses balanced on the tip of the dainty nose, dark eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few gestures with her hands. And nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder what the teacher messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people who are better explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think that I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says, nice to meet you. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course, he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up for no reason, right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there were going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be today so soon, Hichan, right? Hichan. Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out too long? I'm just surprised. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look like I imagined. Haha, yeah, you just look like you look just like a Hichan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. The Yuta taps her fingers on this to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands blur. Misha seems to be a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shichan wants to know that Shichan wants to know that she's the class representative. So if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Feel free to ask her. Oh my god. Do you like the school so far? You can show you around a little if you haven't had a time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with a hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluent translation. Thanks, that'd be pretty helpful, but I just came straight to class today. Haha. That's no good. You should try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go. Not with the school either. Not just with school either. Anyway, always, even if it's a trip to a convenience store, really, Shichan. Haha. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that. I just didn't care so enough to look forward to. I didn't look forward to this. If I can make myself to go along with it half-assed, but anyway, I don't say anything. Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was it about? It seems like it was about me. I feel like something over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but the shrug hit me unfittingly. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wow. Alright. And another thing, you didn't have to call Shichan something so formal like Hakami or class rep all the time. Just call her Shichan. Aha, okay. Maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizun would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizu is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. Yep, okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel like a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly. I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive, really, especially about Shizun, who I assume would be all business. But he feels like that, just less so, I guess. Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We start work now, or Shi-chan won't get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if you want to finish it before class ends. That too. She glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't know the sign language, so I don't understand. Okay, I get the message. After class, we'll walk around the grounds after. It's a nice day, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizun and Misha are really capable. They're quite different. The class rep is also calm and professional as she looked, while Misha's more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easier distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period, time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who was beckoning me the hallway down the stairs. We'd said even below the lobby where I meet Muto down the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems to be spacious and oddly modern, in contrast to the classic exterior. It's a big windows open the courtyard and towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement, obvious, makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we just proceed to the line. It's a rather long list of menu options, which seem great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precaution to meet needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizun to the table sitting opposite her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side again. My attention points to Shizun. I don't understand science, so the points escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guys, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Ask about the library. No. I think I got everything I need to. No, it's just about the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school lately? I've gotten to reading, so I'd like to check it out. Bishop gives a kind of frown and makes it clear that she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but she then picks up a smile again. It is on the second floor where you can show it to you sometime. She doesn't consider it a healthy hobby. What's so bad about reading? Hold up. Why is it not healthy? Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. She's inside back and forth very admittedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but she refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about some girly stuff or something. I can only notice the conversation sign is not enough to fill silence. We arrived at the classroom early, but now we're not first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before slumped over the desk to her last now. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into her room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deep into her seat. I feel her tension all the way from here. As if she were slowly tearing into a stone just for our presence. Misha and Seijun either don't notice or don't mind it as they walk past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm built wondering about her. Even the classroom slowly fills with other students. Finally, the teacher getting to rate them. School feels strange, but it's my brain remembers how this is done. My body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, start yawning, counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be tired of my first day of school. Maybe it's not the time I spend in the hospital that makes me like this. I'm even feeling physically lifeless. That sucks. Before long, the final bell rings. School is over for the day. Senbi and Misha and Shizu are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me.
Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today. Hee-chan, we've got to hurry already since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh, wait, the teacher said I have to see the nurse. Where do I go? I have to go. Oh, is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. So we join the flow of the students making their way down the stairwell on outside the girls pointing out to their senior classrooms the same hallway as ours. And we go to the outside, the girl makes their way to a similar building right next to the school. It's a building in the same style, so it looks actually a part of the main building. This is auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yakima Foundation office and all the nurses' office. They have a swimming pool, and they have a swimming. How's that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff faculties are in there too. The head nurse office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Okay, yeah, thanks, bye. A whole building for stuff that had nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in hoping they'll be ready to pick only a quick visit like the teacher said. Once the white door on the left is with the green cross with head nurse and a nameplate. I whisper on the inside response to my knock and almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded like I've been an initiative when the doors. I invite myself further in. The room is not large. It feels strange. A friendly-looking man turns off a chair and faces me as I enter. And his desk is neat and tidy, but the beneath table is flowing with using medical utensils, and there are a lot of dozen coffee cups lingering on the desk. Hello there. What can I do for you today? Smiling man. I saw that for a second. Smiling man. Really? Gonna do like purple-haired man? Smiling man, really? Could just do head nurse. He's young and looking sort of rich, but dimples on his cheek wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smells like a person who's heard this very same question 100 times. Yeah, well, yes, I am. It says someone at the door, no? You can call me by the name just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, the scoff of confusion realized that Irish sure grabbed his extended hand. His handshake is further firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homework teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with the revelation. He snaps his fingers. Oh, that Nakai. That! I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related chronological heart muscle deficiency, right? He just let me sit down in the vacant armchair in front of his desk. Alright, yes. Good. Well, we just have to brief about this school now, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, most physical therapy and such. There's always someone from a staff room around, even at night, so there's never hesitant to call us if there is a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly for this, we don't do brain surgery here. He just saw out of place, like I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just like it's really weird to see so many people at the school. You get used to it. I'm not so sure of myself that I don't let the nurse know it. Okay, now let me just find your file again. While he searched for something for his computer, shuffles stacks of paper around it, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's an epitome of generic, I like to say, beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and the equipment you expect from the school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational person I hang from all the four walls remind me to eat properly 3 times a day and for all of the food groups. Smile, the nurse draws back a thick file from the second, and similarly thick files and opens it. So you're ready to have an education for the arrhythmia? Just remember to take your pills every morning, and even if it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you have any sports, ride stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to make his own joke, but I don't know. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from that, at least for the time being. Oh, my lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow. Really, I'm not too bothered by him for running when we kick a ball around. I guess I never did have a burning passion for the sport. I just had something to do. Any kind of concussion may be serious damage for your heart. Risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion for the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestepped the question accidentally, and he glanced over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. So you need to keep your body healthy, so some extra would be good. We have physical therapy, which is available, as I said. I don't think you really need such heavy literature, but just light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, or even light jogging, jump rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, he sounds so... It reminds me of one of my teachers, that's why. Oh, very good. Like, he says good a lot. You know, and I'm sure you've been told this before, but you need to take care and not exert yourself. You went his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. As I need no unnecessary risk, take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them in a desk, obviously content. That's it. Then come meet me if you ever need something. Armand ushered out, and before I even realized it, quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building, and the auxiliary building. All over my eyes, they still look one and the same. It's the first reel I get to the other students. I watch people coming out of the school towards the gates and the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at the old school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them or one of us? One of us. Oh, when I was like, oh, I'm gonna play the game, they're like, one of us. You know, I was like, yeah, I should go somewhere to prevent me from getting lost. It's about this night, so I feel tired instead of hungry. The awareness only grows as I towards the doors. I sit a little part way from the main building complex. There's a garden sort between the school and the dormitory, shrubbery and flowers, an overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. That looks good. I have dawns on the tired mind that feels novel because I don't have been outside for a long time at all. The dorm building is big and made of red brick like the others. It makes me feel way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward and going inside. It makes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Wow, I see what they did there. They flipped 911 or 911. I'm sorry. Anyway, despite the ornate exterior, the inside the dorm is fairly new and functional and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and the door are wide to accommodated wheelchairs. The same goes for elevators and the hallway. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students watch television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to TV. And same with only girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the open floor. Here, small corridors branch out for the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower as well as four rooms. About halfway down, I spy room 119. The nameplate on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I just guess there are just two rooms of us here. Light shines from below the door room of 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside here, a few minutes, then clicking away at the locks I thought their door had. After a moment, the door was squeaking open. I had a Mexican boy standing in the hallway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick glasses. Who is it? Blind. No, not at least not completely. Why does he have glasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noises are told. Whoa, we got an alert in our phone. Listen to that. It's something in the Bronx. Anyway. He links something closer to me and our nose almost touching his breath stings of garlic. He's a good Nakai. I'm moving into your next room. I thought I should introduce myself. His face suddenly brightens in realization that he stands back upright, thrusting his hand, smiling, reading almost straight up to my demograph. Oh, sup, dude. Name's Kenji. Also, hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it still a little around by sudden change of attitude and vehement. Welcome. Vehement? Vehement? I don't know. There are various suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably our parents. Your parents, you sure? Because they could have been some people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is still hanging up. Doing this as I try to think of some way to respond. I say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some recalculated hand gestures. You're a brave man, he saw. Me, I don't think I can trust the chances. The only one I can trust is myself. Doesn't mean I shouldn't get to know you either. He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes, leaning closer again, but leaning forward back to dodge it. Never mind, doesn't matter. With that, he turns and hovers around for a moment in search of the door handle, and he shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the room door marked 199. The bleak beige walls, white linen, and a desk made from some light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal like the hospital room was. My bag is sitting on the floor of my bed, looking a lot emptier than it did this morning. The closet is still sitting open, stocked with my clothing. Also, it seems that a number of school uniforms are hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of my shirts. Ai-chan, we unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, that you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. We at least don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hope I would have, but there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital confined me for wanting to read whatever I had to.
The rest of it just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about before coming for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Maybe I have to strike myself somehow. So would it be this unnatural all the time? So, tomorrow I'll go borrow books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles mentioned neatly arranged around the night table catch my eye. I pick one and hear the contents throughout the side, and then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Here's the code that guy. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. That's really blunt. Holy crap. It doesn't really say that, but it just could just as well. Oh, damn. I just wish that having the life depend on medical, chemicals. I resented a little, but what choice do I have? With the sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of fills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling uncertain after I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar screen for a long time. It doesn't hurt looking any more familiar, even when the darkness falls as long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm, and nest like against the chill that paces for the room temperature here. Since soon the light shade of the darkness of the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The light beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping out on my spine once again. I am drilling further away from the world I knew. Well, damn. I thought we'd meet more people that night. Oh, that's the logo. Eee. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room? This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to be called mine. Various things that are here remind me that, indeed, it's me who is supposed to be one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on this, my numerous medication on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out, pills pop out of my tablet from a foil sheet. I drown them down with the chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I swing off for under the sheets and stretch out my back before dressing up, putting on my new school uniform, feeling like dressing in someone else's clothing. My official style is generic and degenerate. It fades my nose. But feeling like a fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform as it should, and it's not much different from what I'm used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think about who talked with Kenji yesterday and Misha's constant laughter. She's just sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've met only 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure the others are. Oh, perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I did see a lot of kids hanging after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. Although the question remains on my mind, so I asked Shoujo about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I didn't want to know, I should ask her. She crossed her arms and shifted gaily slowly to her reach. She looks like more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top perfect and evenly flat. Adorable. Sorry, Hichan. There's something you wanted from me. Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hichan. My first thought, that means she doesn't know which is worrying. Maybe I'm too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join the club. A lot of people do because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like a school festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So you actually travel here in a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Well, I don't know. Hichan, the truth is it's a local event. I'm not from this area, so, She starts sighing to Shoujo, asking her to bail her out. Shoujo adjusts her glasses at the oddly aggressive flourished and starts sighing hard and heavy. Who cares? Misha huffs out her chest as she shuts Shoujo's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Till I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Given being involved with the new generation, the ideals believed to be behind the festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried foods and amazing little games that you can play to win prizes. Teacher clears the store very loudly, battering his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots the point and gazes at us. Finally, just where we are, Misha shuffles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shoujo looks seem embarrassed, although brushing it off without care. We are in the middle of class, and we should start working. That's right, Hichan. That's right, Hichan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining the club?
It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I saw a suspicious gaze exchange between them. Misha's tone was understanding, although it does every word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shoujo look at each other again. I was about to ask to have in mind where dark flutters in peripheral vision catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a girl with long dark hair get up from this and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she's working in any group, so no one notices it but me. I asked the teacher, who was also looking at the dark haired girl, go, why does he say anything? Hey, Chad, is something wrong? So I don't really feel uneasy at this, or Misha just looking at me after the girl left. No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have to have plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I'd go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together, then? Sure. Yay, wahaha. She says wahaha. That's your catchphrase, I'm assuming. Okay, Hichan, perfect. Why does wahaha remind me of Wario? Wahaha! Like, you know that shit? Is she the Wario of this? Honestly. Holy shit. She is Wario. She's female Wario. No, I'm joking. Stop it. She's Warioette. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have time to put down any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that the time has stopped to work. Teacher looked a little annoyed that we barely managed to finish all our work in time. I'm kind of glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Yeah, you said this, Ishan. Impossible. Really? Really? I noticed this before. It's kind of funny how Misha always moving her hands and signing out everything she says, but what anyone else is at the given time. Obviously, it must be so can understand her eyes dark back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who we're supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha. Might I be wrong? Maybe I should face to Shizun. I'm used to talking and looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizun can't hear me, but certainly talk to her, though only through Misha. Then again, is what she's doing. No, at least she's looking at me. This is all very confusing. It will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. She's I flash dangerously with competitive glare. She stares at me as it's surprising that I'd be challenging her. I think maybe this constitutes her. And her approach before how dark her blue eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure? You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Remember that the only line of confidence in my abilities and the prize is satisfaction of proving them. I want to give her a Wario voice. Just like, she's just a Wario. That's who she is. She's just Wario. Like, look at that face. Like, the smile works. And also, I don't know why, I just feel like this is Wario. I don't know why. Pushes her glasses up there, bridge her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings. She quietly quickly gets up and puts her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain, well, I guess on my own I like to go to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of freshman year. I wonder if there's similar places here. Misha seems to be imply as much. She needs to pull me toward, Misha pulled me toward a cafeteria, which is probably not bad, maybe some sodas. We were eating classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had lunchboxes. After finishing, Misha picks up on where we left off earlier. So, Hichan, you want to know about clothes and stuff, right? Right. Shichan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Shichan, exchanging little notes of confirmation, they turn to face me, and Misha straightens her posture as she's about to deliver a speech. Shichan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it, so I don't follow teams, players, or anything like that. As of late, I just read a lot. There's a book club, right, Shichan, right? But it seems like they have all the members they could possibly have right now. So I know Hichan is a really popular club. Okay, but more to the point, Hichan, does it mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great, that's great, Hichan. Really? Haha, wahaha! Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hichan, although they closed our upcoming festival, there's only one other thing. Student council! I see, I didn't know the school had student council. They're very melodramatic. Instead of that's just to tell me that. I'm sure the two of them know this, because Hichan looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha's laughing. She quickly retakes control of the discussion in a matter of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice to whatever she says. Haha, right? Right? Hichan, maybe you should just join the student council. They could use more videos. Definitely should join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hichan. Hichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shishan is the president. I'm starting to get suspicion that Shizun and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this. As if I'm reading around, Shicho really just neglected and decided something to reach up. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join, but because we would obviously benefit from joining this council and therefore having it insensitive to try and get you to. So you're admitting that. No, we're admitting nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course, it would be nice if you joined and we appreciate it, but even without all that, the joining shows a healthy interest in the working of one school. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or she's really good acting. Both of them seem to have tried hard to look their cutest, although they're pretty cute to begin with. That is true. Well, so that's all then. Welcome to the council, Hichan. Wait, no! Oh, she's Hichan. Of course I wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. I thought it'd be boring if you went smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me a candy now. You're betting on it? Ha, my life is not a game here. Hichan seems very intrigued by this. Misha sighs into her, the aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Ha, that's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you join the student council. No, absolutely not. Ah, why not? Well, because you both have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which means you get me to join the council, right? Yep. Yeah, that's just my goal, but what it means for both of you to team up and all, clear dispatches, so I have to decline. Hey Chan, I'm very funny. Are you saying you don't trust us, that we pull some so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizu's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. Yeah, I know, I've also realized that. Alright, so atone for hurting a young girl. So you should definitely join it counts. God damn it. How about a game of paper football served for a poor man? Paper football. Does he not know what's they play in America? You make a paper triangle, then you try to shoot it past the goal points, and the other player makes it with their fingers. Isn't it cool? The ultimate form of competition between two people each time. And there's also played by elementary school, middle school, H-chan. Wow, that means the game there's really separate from boys from men. More like boys from slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm going to play that. I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know Hichan? She's here for frowns at Misha telling me already that it wasn't supposed to be a myth, so really, I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempt to get me into the council, but I'm a little curious about the student council those here. I've never seen a one-on-one before. Anyone knows who, or even know anybody that's on the member. So it interests me. So I kind of like Shizuno Michan. So maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Chan. How about Risk, the game of world? Oh, Risk is a fun game. Oh, sorry, I'm texting because, I can't sit for an hour and just read, Actually, I could, but, life, it's really fun. You should bring for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shichun would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Alright, really, Shichun, we just play for fun. Shichun hasn't played in a long time, so you want there. So if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. Well, see you after school in the student council room then, Shichun. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. How? I used to tell you how much I do not like this, but it's for sure than anything. So then I agree, but after that, getting seriously to knowledge I don't mean anything. Contrary by accepting that, take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Wow, what a big whoa. During class, we glad longer comes back, sits down to see without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, but if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be noisy. Confront her, please. Is she best girl? Maybe she is. Who knows? After school, Shizu and Misha really find me in the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I get a little offended, but I'm considering another less. I'm a bit disturbed that enough people are have made a break for it to be passed out there on guard. That's a good assumption, but did people actually just run away? I could see just people just saying no and just not coming or just walking away, but I can't see people just fucking talking, like trying to like escape, and just fucking bolting for it, like fucking just running. That's fucking hilarious. What's with this word? It doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, that makes me feel a little dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Wow, what's wrong, Hee-chan? That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I know, Misha, this thing's really sinister to me. I started thinking that when we sit down to play a game, they tie me up and torture me until I agreed to join the student council club. Damn.
I wonder how they'll torture you.
Anyway, well, there's nothing unlikely, but still, for some reason, it seems that it will be more so plausible. The student council room is a little as simple as 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes me feel makes you guys being so on top of me makes you so silly. That's not true, Hee-chan. Shi-chan says that there is a life threatened. Their life is threatened. People have shown capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Her expression unchanged. Misha sighs and seemingly amused. Shi-chan makes a baffled face and puts her hand behind her head, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerfully. So, stop that! I know you heard me. You have no excuse. Unlike she's opens the door, and she has an excuse. That took it for a second for me to realize. Why did it take a second for me to realize? Anyway, it opens the doors to go outside. It's very plain, surprisingly decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even larger than the classroom. There's a big table in the center, surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk, probably placed in the back that I assume is Shijin. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as extras, perhaps. Except for the table's chair, the room doesn't have much else to offer, just a couple of filing cabinets, a bookshelf stacked with old school records and documents, not much else, in fact, nothing else. There's a pretty bleak room. There's at least put a potted plant there or something, but the most notable thing in the room doesn't have it is other people. Are we early? No? What do you mean no? Does it mean everyone else is not coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I managed to ask what's the case, she clapped her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Can you come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. You don't have do you want to know the rules? We have to explain everything while I set up the game. Are we gonna play? Because that's gonna be epic. Because I haven't played Risk in like a year. But Risk is fun, not gonna lie. She takes out the board game. Looks like a board game from one of the filing cabinets. Throws it on the table, although this looks kind of interesting. After Risa spends a little too long for running through the basics, but somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizu cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, switching off through the air. Shin's aggressiveness rubbing off on me, I start feeling more competitive than I intended to being agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I pondered how the defense against Shizu's assault from 2 fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hey-chan, Shi-chan wants to know what they're taking why you're taking too long to make a move. She also says that she'll let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she should dangle that over her head is all for means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. She admires your fighting spirit, and we believe dictator who will spare your life if you agree to join the student council. Ha ha ha. So you're so competitive, she seems to take it as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't used to know the word means, so it's signed, so she pulls out the piece of paper from her side. Shizun, who returns the size back to Misha. Misha presses her English finger against her templates. She's trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. So, suddenly, Misha bursts into fleeting gestures. Misha looks down by the pace over sighing. He's sighing. Oh, wait. Please slow down, Shi-chan. Hee-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her entire empire with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine like... Oh my god, that was so cute. Wait, go back. Oh yeah, scroll. Oh my god, that's amazing. Look at that face. She says you have a choice to if you keep playing like this now you want. She has a point. Attack aggressively. It's Travis hard to play defensive here. She says you have no chance of playing like this. Since she's the competitive type, she has to be lying. It's like that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the game board again, I have a pretty good defense setup, and I'm not going to wreck it. Some lyrics, few turns later, I lost the game anyway. I lose the game anyway. And it's just regardless. Biggest. Oh, I think I did it wrong. Maybe we would have lost anyway. Allows her to namely pump a fist in the air in celebration. Wow, Hee-chan, you lied. That's when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Hee-chan, not me. Getting control of the North America is ambitious because it provides firepower and rebuilding support. You can attack from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hichan, you need to have more daring. Ambition. I was really excited when you took South America. If I could see the board, then I would say attack or no attack. You can't just give me some vague thing, you know? So, fight me game. Anyway, I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defense just because you gained a small advantage. No good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risks, though. Risks. Good one. When you didn't, it fall through, and that's terrible, Hichan. What's it for her that I played carefully to? There's no need to rub in my face. I wonder if you're even any good for student council. What's this for sure psychology? I guess you don't have to worry about joining not or not in this case. Giving up like that, I expect more of you. Seriously, just on time to be instant to join this league. Besides, I don't want to join. It's my only second day. You can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at the clubs yet. And these two, they're just a little weird. Why not consider joining the club, but I want to take a look at those clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm not sure that I want to. Aw. Okay, Hichan, we're not going to give up so easily, so you said maybe there's still a chance he'll come around. Oh, come on, you could really have fun. We could play more risk, and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless you would graduate before that. This is making you feel like you're less reluctant about joining, you know. Well, seriously, you should not be terrible at board games if we could play a game, you know, to give you a handicap. To give you a handicap. Good one. I know I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I'm a horrible person. I should have to say that you makes me feel better after all. That's cool. Hichan, I take this clock on the wall and realize that I spent far too long playing worse than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go library. It's not closed yet, is it? She's never charged her out of chest or just stretch a hard beauty term whether the library is open. There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Hichan. If we think the library is open, it's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. On one flight of stairs up and it runs to problems. The second floor halfway is carbon copy of the third floor one. While of course playing like the hallways can be. The problem was that the library whereabouts are not easily determined as one would think. That's one mark with science, starting with the class that they belong to, but then there's Pethoria or other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is just somewhere down the hall? I bend on the ladder and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's open either there. Just barely ajar so that I could see it open, nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one's not quite, it's good enough. At the very least, it makes me that someone's inside. I can ask for direction no matter how embarrassing that is. I quickly push in the center of the door, but my fingers every muscle of my arm are ready to pull back at the moment's notice. The feeling of being outside of the school makes me be shaken from mind so much, intimately fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks opens from groaning from deep sleep. Though it's much easier to open than I anticipated, leaning over and poking my head further in, again slide the room as fast as possible, but a meek hello on my lips quickly shattered away. I wonder who's in the room. Oh, it's her, the other girl. This is not what I was expecting. I managed to let the door open, full excited, taking the slight started figuring and taking a look to send her the wide stage abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing in the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Only taking her time to assess the situation, the girl Delia puts her teacup down, opens her eyes. They don't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Wavy-haired girl. At least use your hair this time. You could have just said blonde girl. Why? I'm actually, I don't know. Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's soft, the ambitious voice that reminds me she speaks over from the room itself. Not only like the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I met, she's strikingly distant. Oh, hi, sorry for intruding. I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment for a foreign lady to respond before speaking. Every action she takes is carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? I started considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step onwards to see her. The girl resting a teacup and a saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track any movement with her head is telling that the like lands to her eyes be she must have at least partially blind like Kenji. One thing of it, her voice doesn't have any distinct accent either. I think she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her posture takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes us entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is very different from the council office. I take it you're her new student to Yamaku? Yeah, of course. Why did I say of course? I just transferred here. I get the distant feeling my speech pattern don't match the formula. It's hers is externed by a restrained bowl of greeting. One which I haven't hastened to a match before realizing the futility of the action.
I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. He's Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as a pain, I can't keep step with her from mildly proceeding. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she sets up a chair, prepares a tea, sinking over her lush and supplies laid out along the shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand awfully slightly touching the side of whatever container she's pouring into. Usually possessed, she's fallen a dozen times before. As leaned sideways to see around her back, she seems to have her long, dainty finger to measure the dried amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see different disabilities students in class F. It's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shinsu and Misha have no problem learning together. Medium and Lindley herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I slightly feel guilty about her doing the work, it seems to be pleased by following the correct process to offer preparing the drink. So, somebody brings you back to silent observance. Which room are you looking for? It's not often discussed if it's after school. The library, some classmates told me that it's on this floor. She finished martini and scale, she nodded, a smile tapping on the coming from the teacup indicating she's being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hamachi are as most suited to be, which you're in class 3 now. That's right in the science room with Mutao. A small giggle before setting down the tea soon and slowly walking towards the table and teacup saucer in hand. He's quite a character, and I imagine you'll come to like him most do. As she sits down to the tea, I gently take it and have to sip more of the coffee. Person, but seems rather bad moment to bring it up. Nevertheless, the smell seemed nice, so I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It really tastes nice. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly moves her head in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be so formal. She says in spite of her preceding well-bred speech, oh well, I think I should try to ask her about herself as really soon as she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct, I'm in 3-2, which is on the 3rd floor, same as yours, taught by Miyagi, and is specific for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. He said, I see. I literally just, covering my eyes now. Oh my god. Wow. I see. Quote of the year. I sat her for the Fox Pass, looking at her face, though she doesn't seem the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change her speech on my account. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. As an environment like this is a big change, so I can't fault you for it, while the same can be said for everyone who have terms with your conditions. I can't really should include her, it seems all ready to jump ship from this party after I see you into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's really a nice place. So you just disregarded her question. Thinking I this may be the original place behind my school that I'd like to have lunch at. I come here very often during lunchtime. My duty as class representative don't leave enough time for official club, so a friend and I use the room having tea. Club representative, huh? Class representative. Compared to Shizu, her manners seem to be almost completely opposite, while she's blunt and fiercely driven. He seems relaxed, calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for at least Bai's view of school clubs. What kind of clubs are you here there to join? The most popular ones are Trying at the Field Club, or turf field near the school during lunch at the baseball club, and the book club are in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though such as art and music club. At this time, I just want to get my feet wrestling into the club right after. It seems slightly unappealing. Our school shares the same rules as the old one. It is compulsory to join the club. It isn't, though it is encouraged. Oh, good, that's a relief. After that down this girl, such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting to get tickled, I start drinking, and Lily does the same. After looking for the window over her shoulder, I noticed Lily coming into her room has decidedly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. All the time's gone quickly. Sorry? She's watching. Of course, she can't see the sun setting. It looks like the sun's starting to set. She sees comes as a surprise for her. I guess she doesn't have a lost track of time. Sorry, so I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. Looking more to our layer. Concerned. Oh no, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses, takes a moment to think of it. It's probably something I should have asked Shoujo when I had the chance, but it seemed like she'd known in any case. Sure, it's still open until 6:30 during weekday. Glance at the watch covers that well enough time to get there. I mean, I might get going in that case. It's nice talking to you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still faintly fall on the table. It's full of it was a pleasure. Oh, come think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? I know Bazi asked for more help, I should be able to find it all right. Unless my nervous skills fail me. They would seem to have a habit of doing. Well, it's alright. I was going to go and talk to the librarian there in case I could introduce you. But she's getting better and better. It's pretty hard to deny your offer. If you're sure, then it'd be great. Thanks. As she starts to follow me, she's followed over the street. The red local cane that had been flipping her handle of the bag at the floor. Compared to the cane of the boy in the class, Lily looks much thinner and longer. It's much more support where Lily's is navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway and then walk to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed back to hers. We all walked through the side hallway. It'll take a look for us to read the door. The warm-looking room. Apparently suited the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile and gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is one of the library counter, with the library probably on the right. It's easily dwarfed the old bookshelf. There's the smell of old books, giving the place an old world air. There isn't a lot of students here, considering the time it is a big surprise. Everyone's probably in the school grounds or in the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She sees the air, sees the library, doesn't see it to present her, and really can't see of this. Why does it draws reaction? Something from another town, caught against it, followed by a quiet wail. Ah! At the origin, apparently the library crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. For a second, I thought those like, go back. Let's go back for a second. I thought those were her arms. I was like, oh, the librarian has a disability. I was like, no. She's just really old, and it's, oh, wait, you could just do that. That's interesting. This has intrigued me. I'm gonna do this from now on when people do that. Hi, Lila, how can I help you? Her voice is trained in a failing attempt to sound casual. She's rubbing the back again, back her head. Good afternoon, what just happened? I heard a street sound. It's not like I just hit my head. I just dropped the eraser on the desk, and I was looking for a pencil and dropped it. I was looking for both of them, and it came to my surprise. I know you're right. I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. I'm sorry for making you worry. There's nothing it would have worse to happen to me. She squealed reversed Lily's apologies, almost frankly trying to push aside the possibility of having any inconvenience, flashing her head on the counter. Yeah, worse things have happened here. The girl fidgets with her fingers. Lily doesn't seem to concern her person, and then she shovels some papers around the counter for no reason. Although shorter than Lily, ripped with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems very fit to the library perfectly. Ali, did you get my message? Oh, the 2 imprinted books that arrived? Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but the Mr. Celebration Party for manages to change topic. I'm sure she doesn't know to be a corner of her eye freezes on spine when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she quickly shifted between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao. Understood, Hisao. This is Yuko, the student council librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you, Hisao. To Hisao. For a second, she's visibly attempts to engrave the name in her mind so she won't forget it. Yuko often arranged to help important foreign books in Braille for me. Would you tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily is innocent. Citrus is met with restriction, abject terror. Lily, please, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. It's too much for Lily. It's any Lily at all. I don't get it. But her rejection is so sincere, I don't want to doubt for a second that her rather disemboweled herself and tell that where the light always are. But, so there's a lot of books in Braille here? I tried to save the day by saying the first thing that pops in my head. She's that working on properties. Yuko seems to not exactly relaxed, but at least look a little less tense. Well, I see about on the 3rd floor and the 4th for Yumika's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense given all the blind students that'd be here. If it's only that, then how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, if we got new books regularly because the library is equivalently endowed, that's probably why. They spend more on new books than that's on my salary, and then they have to organize the shelves. Yeah, all of them. It's so troublesome that they waste so much, and I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows this relation to much information. Well, I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. It'd probably best of all for if he doesn't keep talking. She doesn't keep talking. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuka, I would have the books if it's all right with you. My first version was read. The library is spread and large, veiling the down narrow aisles. The books in random order, occasionally stealing out on one blurb and taking it with me if it looks good. Damn. In a few moments, I have a special stack of books in my arms. It's never been stuck for choice here. Some more rally sinks. Our library sinks turned to large pyramid Braille books scattered throughout, but it was a library. It was a library. It said, "Calm down for a mood." I had tea with Lily and stuck in us with here and listened to was here to begin with. Then that puts me at ease, just like before.
I wish to end the aisle find a collection of this set up for the studying and personal reading. Going further, I discovered a nice quiet corner in the back. While reading the rest of the library, I saw students sitting at a desk. Either reading or stealthily sleeping in the back is much more deserted. Against the right eye, I see someone who recognized sitting on one of the several beanbags. Oh, I knew it! The dark-haired girl from her class who was snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face. When she shakes her, it looks like she's really into it. From what she's acting, I expect them more delinquent than bookworm. In fact, her mysterious mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of websites in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, but I know I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. But there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and look on the bedside. The girl starts scaredly up from underneath the fridge. This is the first time I've seen her this close underneath her long, dense bangs. I can see that the part of her face is at least the third it's not half. It's partially scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking it past her hair until they meet her eyes. For a second, I am shocked to divide my eyes into the book in her hand. Before I realized I was looking away, probably makes it worse. If it takes too many seconds to collect myself, I remember what I was talking to her for. I didn't mean to startle you. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. Purple hair, yee, best girl. I don't know, I just like purple hair, so like, yee, you know? But anyway, the girl certainly doesn't look like it's gay, but I'll let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She's very uncertain whether it's okay for me to sit, but finally she's not just a little. Oh, okay. It just takes seat next to her and she hides something behind her book. Life of Pi, never heard of. That's wow. I thought a lot of, but this is Japan, so sorry again for starting on peace out. Looking for a book starting low before replying. I know. We're in the same class. Her speech still is so quietly very loud, but even still in the library. So I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name, but just say something. But really, it's nothing. The only thing I think of. I feel like everyone here is just used to being different with each other, and being all about and fussed by the kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs relief. A little sigh of relief. So I try to read the corners. It covers the introduction of books I picked up. She raised her face in her book. I'll get a little silence to consume this. My eyes still wander to the direction. I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a little while, I realize she's doing the same, only pretending to be immersed in the life of Pi. Her gaze is not quite the dark slowly, it's a little scared rabbit. When I realize finally that when her gaze finally made, the train reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcibly from me and takes a deep breath. I'm gonna go do something. Without warning, he's like to take his off and runs towards the counter. Her hair looks like a take off, catching his not go off guard. I don't imagine after until she gets a good head start. Wow. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are heavily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girl. Hey, did you see a girl run past here? Oh, maybe what'd she look like? Long hair, dark hair, kind of shy. She had some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Well, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I scared her off or something. Oh dear, Yuko, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her. You finding her? That's like the worst person to try to find someone. No offense. No offense. Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it when it's some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Probably social anxiety or something. I had some gratitude carries out of the books, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing, I was just looking for some books, and then she got this fin right off. And most of anything I could think of was I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she's a very timid girl. You have to be careful around her. She can get very jumpy. I think she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder if it's just how she is, I think. It doesn't sound all that convincing, then again, maybe it's just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Yeah, of course. But then how to deal with these people forcing themselves to act overly, casually only makes me feel phony. I can't supposed to ignore the elephant in the room. Little Fisher's looking like she's say something, but resist it. I think the elephant it's only if you feel that way. I guess she has a good sense of self-restraint and makes me sound blush heavily. What, did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I think you're right. I guess you're right, some more than anyone else. Neither of us have anything to add, so you have to fill the sentence by shuffling some paper, fill the sentence just with papers around her. People who have patience just really like doing that. Do you find any books I should be closing soon? So I mean, the library should be closing soon.
I just realized the error. I was like, what's the difference? I thought it said could. This said should. I was like, no, it's a position. It's like, I in the library. Okay, I have to do it. I hope that's not too easy for you. Yeah, I have some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I was just hanging books from beside the meeting where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I'm kind of started books, fill that in, so I didn't do much else. I see. When I see anything else, she just gets the books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Hailing on the birthday revolver, I told pocket for the key. Jorah suddenly opens out from storming high, so me immediately dropped the books I'm carrying and the key that almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems friendly in the mood, although the light glistening in the office glass is dark and insistent look. It's just me. It makes it implausible, licks his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know if anyone called me. Are you some new guy around? Again? His eyes suddenly straight and quick. Yes, but we met before yesterday. I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? But that we met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji's up back, his eyes filled with uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this only means one of two things. Either we met, or you're telling the truth, or you just can't remember, or you're a spy. He pauses. A psych spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into the room, although it's hard to believe that he can't see anything through those thick glasses. His it seems from friendly to maniac in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. How do I know that I'm not a mind reader? He points a finger into my face, dimming. I'm like, you! Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you could pass as I'm legally blind, you're certainly mistaken. Maybe I look like him. I mean, resembles real slim. Maybe at distance, but you think you're kidding? I want to grab my shoulder and shake him. Actually, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji looked closer one step at a time. I still lest he saw me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage if he did. Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. So I can't do it once more. Good measure. I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I just had something stupid happen to me. A few things, actually, if you discount this one. If I can get a proper touch on other people, yeah, I have no idea what it'd be for me because of them. I don't think that I'm telling this to Genji. Yeah, it's not like we haven't had contact. We have any contact. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm about calling you it's like spy and all, but you never be too careful. It's a hard reality we live in. I'm sorry to show that Genji isn't necessarily living the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is. This world. It's not just you see. Even when I lose, I win because I don't like to lose the lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He just really finally waves out his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally too, she ran away from me. It was my fault, really. I just think I'm not released. That's all. A girl, a cute one? Cute. That's a hard question. She had nice body, really fair, but that's the face. I guess it could go either way. She was cute. She was. Ooh, she's cute. Yeah, cute. I guess. I knew it. There's a lot of cute girls here showing disproportionate amount. I believe that this is one of the dark secrets in school. Sure to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yeah, dark secrets are shooting like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in school is slaying, but seemingly higher than the number of boys? 60 to 40? Damn! Every guy gets 1.5 girls. Pretty gooch. What? I didn't say that. Anyway, he turns his head to the left and stares up in the distance. Nothing. Why is it like that? I mean, to unstrained eye, it doesn't seem to be prejudiced, but a full 20%? Well, one with school with such a huge pool, one would be a mad dream, but no. Well, I'm going to tell you and blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I've been missing much by cutting out now. No, I'm not ready. I only get as far as turning the door before Genji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't care for how it's war or not. I believe that school is a battlefield, a site of feminist infiltration. Oh my god, now that meme makes sense. Someone sent me a meme of this game, and I didn't get it. It showed his face as like feminist scum. I didn't get it, and then now I get it. Despite the number of men to women is clear sign of how far they have come, and the Cold War turns hot, and it's rising in numbers. Just remember the skirmish eternal war against the forces of the feminists. They're everywhere in Japan. Women outnumber men. It's the 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Here in America, women are charity by hair. By hair, they're building up their numbers and past the built-up military effort. The clear side of it into the war. Japan is just the first of our economies. Badass. The country itself is small and isolated, yet the huge part of Pacific time is a political woman. Perfect target are so cunning and speculative woman. Soon the day will come when. Voice trails off harmlessly. That's why you can't trust them. That's you stir along and then you kill them after they kill you. Just end up like me. Oh hell no! I just stopped myself from blurting it out. Well, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me.
It's the best thing to think of. So you're not supposed to say something like that? Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh, the feminist conspiracy. Stop. I just had you away. There's someone somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? It's cool. I just got graphic stuff in my room and puppets. If you like puppets, no puppets. You don't like puppets? Graphics so cool though, right? He speaks generic. I said right, like a fucking Michelle, but no. Responding almost like I'm done talking, move his hands manly ways. He continues to rant on the strange and relative normal. It's just clear I was wrong. Something on your mind, dude? No, I was just thinking of the last sane man. I'm just thinking of what it's like to be the last sane man in this insane world. Kenji found looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? Okay, that can't be because I'm the last sane man in the insane world. That's my dream, and you couldn't see a man's dream. Oh the hell, there's only two last. It can't be two last sane man. It could invalidate the whole last part. That's the part of the kind of form. There will only be one. There's so far movies where there can only be one. In the world, there's only one dude left because that was the point. I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly, so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if I were here, I can get my grasp and list of other conversing the schoolhouse tangles in. Quickly finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm going to go to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you, but he seemed like a cool dude. And most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast concerns to them. Denial is a terrible thing. Later. Goes on the back and then vanishes into his room. So quickly and quietly, it doesn't even open the door, but instead walk right in like a ghost. I don't even know if physical distress happened, so I give up and just go to my room, not kicking off my shoes, and before falling fast to bed. As soon as time passed, we would get up and just start on homework. She has her cool covering around my cheeks. What type of cheeks? Anyway, he's good just lying there with my eyes closed. Decided to go something kind of bizarre. Surreal Island. It's isolated on top of a mountain, each fresh stranger than the last. I just came to fit in. What irony would it have fitting in a place that's made for people who are unfitted? Where anyone else would it be easy? Maybe I'm just trying too hard. Although I say it like I'm on the edge, the help take it doesn't help to edge it off. The words are still left echoing in the empty walls. It's not as bad as I expected. Those rooms pretty. This place is really more of a school than a hospital, pretending it's a school that I thought it would be. For if anything else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye and seeing the school books and bottle of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this is a place too much like a normal school after all. Damn. I actually love this mod. Holy shit. I want to continue playing, but I have to go, like, pretty soon. And, yeah. Anyway. Damn. I'm definitely going to play more of this mod, don't worry. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't like, don't leave a dislike. It doesn't help anyone. And, yeah. Oh. And, look at that. And, yeah. Have a good day. Big gay.